What's the deal, you guys? What's the deal? What's the deal? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we are here for a brand new story time. It's been a while since I gave you guys one, and I've been telling y'all that I was gonna give you this particular storyline for the last month, pretty much, because this shit happened on Christmas, I believe. So yes, I've been meaning to give y'all this storyline for a minute now. But what's going on, y'all? It's 19 degrees in Atlanta, but it feels like 1 degrees. So yeah, I'm in the house. I got my portable heater right here by me. So if you hear a noise, that's that portable heater blowing on my legs down here. That's what's going on. So yeah, if you want to know what's going on, then that's what we doing. But yeah, it's cold as shit. It snowed earlier. It was nothing but a bunch of snow flurries out there. Like it wasn't nothing that was gonna stick. It wasn't no heavy snow or anything like that. It was just, like snow flurries, which was, great to see. But shit, I wanted some other shit, so I didn't have to go to work. But to each his own, to each his motherfucking own, okay? But what's the tea? I know people want to know what I got to say about Drew and Kelly. But I'll talk about all that tomorrow because Housewives of Potomac come on tomorrow. And I'm trying to figure out if I am going to do a live review tomorrow night of the whole interview with Karen and all that other shit. I'm not really sure if I am. I might just for the content aspect of it all, but I really don't know right now. But I'm gonna figure it out at the end of the day. What else is going on? But yeah, I know y'all wanted an update on this particular situation, and I'm definitely gonna give it to y'all. I'm definitely gonna talk to y'all about it because that's just what I do. And I'm just sitting on here talking to GBT for the last 30 minutes. I'm just typing in shit. It's just fascinating how Chat GPT kind of answers all your goddamn questions. It answers questions. I just asked them stupid shit like, is Virginia considered the South? Like, I'm just asking it all types of stuff because that's just be shit that I just be wanting to know. You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It's 33 degrees in Orlando, but it feels like 20. The wind, oh my God, I just went outside to the store. I'm in the house. Baby, that wind blowing so damn hard, I thought the damn window was going to collapse. That's just how hard, how gusty those fucking winds are. Like today when I got home from work, I got out of my Uber and I thought that I was going to be blown away. Like it was so motherfucking cold out there, and I had to run in the damn house. It was so cold. Like it was so cold that I didn't even want to call my mama today. It was just that fucking cold. I ain't want to talk to nobody. I got in this bed when I got home from work early today and took my ass straight to sleep. And I slept from like 2:30 till about 6 or 7 o'clock. Hopefully my ass can go back to sleep after this live is over because I got to be up at 4 a.m. to go to work. So it's probably gonna be some shit with me trying to go back to sleep. That wind will cut your face. It's so windy. Yes, it is. I don't know if it's I was just about to say I don't know if it's as windy in Orlando as it is here in Atlanta, but baby, that wind is trife. Okay, that's some trife wind. Okay, like for real, that wind is trife, honey. It really is. Good evening, Scotty. Good evening, Vintage Girl 70. Stay safe. There's another storm scheduled to come through. Baby, I'm so sick of these damn storms being scheduled to come through. I'm so tired of it. And they keep on saying that it's a storm coming through and don't shit happen. Not a damn thing. I'm over it. And nothing better not fuck up my birthday celebration weekend next Friday through Sunday, because I'm gonna be pissed. Folks flying in and shit. But anyway, it's the 5-minute mark, so y'all already know what's going on. And my story times are one of those videos where I really could care less about views, but I really do care about the engagement. So we got 45 people up in here right now. And the goal, the word of the year is engagement. So if I got 44 people up in here watching, I need 44 people in the comments engaging. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the story time. So let's get into it. So it was on, I think I just want to go back to my text messages just to make sure that I'm giving y'all the right day, because I don't like giving y'all the wrong info. You feel what I'm saying? I don't like giving out the wrong info. So let me go back and look at the text messages. I actually need to save his number too, by the way. Um, okay. So he texted me. It wasn't Christmas Day, it was the day after. He texted me Friday, December the 26th at 9:48 p.m. And this is the first conversation that I have had with my brother at that point in about a year and a half, almost 2 years. We have not spoken. And so what he has done in between time when my book was released, he did text my phone and congratulate me. And I was like, thank you, whatever. And that was it. We didn't talk anymore. That was September. But then on that particular day, December 26th, he reached out to me. And it started off with a Merry Christmas, and I gave him a Merry Christmas back. Now, let me just tell y'all know that out of everybody that y'all know me to work with on YouTube, Josiah is probably, besides Jamar, Josiah is probably one of my closest friends out of everybody. Out of, besides Jamar, besides Carl, besides, Tremel, the y'all know Josiah is like my everything too. Like that's just my everything. I talk to Josiah about everything. Like Josiah and Jamar are pretty much on pedestals for me. Like I love them. I love them so much. Like I just talk. I can just sit back and just be myself and just be emotional and just vent to them about any little thing. And sometimes they make me do it because I don't really like to. I really don't like to really be open anymore because I feel like people use that against me a lot. Like I'm very open about depression. I'm very open about family issues, and I'm very open about my tryst with suicide and suicidal thoughts. I'm very open with all of those things. And for that, people use those things against me. And it's so crazy that they would do that. But that's another video for another day. But I remember talking to Josiah earlier last year, because it's a new year now, earlier last year. And I'm just basically, just telling him about, the family dynamics and how I've pretty much decided to just go no contact. Like I made that choice to go no contact from my siblings and my first cousin, my aunts, my grandmother. I don't really want to talk to nobody but my dad. That's it. That's the only person that I would talk to is my dad. I do have another sister that does reach out to me, but the rest of them on my daddy's side don't reach out to me. My baby brother, of course, y'all know him. My baby brother, with my mom, out close all day every day. Like he just got the text to me, but otherwise, everybody else was don't talk to me. So I made the conscious effort to go no contact. And I said, I'm not going to deal with them. I don't want to deal with them. I don't really want to have anything to do with them at this point. If they ever needed me for something, if it was an emergency and I can help them, I would definitely do it. But once I'm done doing my good deed, they won't hear from me no more until it's necessary. Like I had made that choice. And y'all have heard me talk about my estranged relationships with my paternal side of my family, my immediate family, that is. Now I was talking to Josiah about it. I think I was in Houston that time because it was probably that it was probably that time I came in January, because I came to Houston 3 times last year. So I came in January, I came in April, and I came in December. And I'm starting to think that it was one of those times I came to Houston because I think me and Josiah were face to face talking about it one day. And Josiah says, I think your brother, your middle brother, I think that y'all will probably find some common ground. I don't know about your other siblings, but it's just something about that brother of yours, one of your brothers, one of your younger brothers. That's what it was. Because he is younger than me. One of one of your younger brothers, I really feel like he is the person that you're probably gonna um make up with quickly. I can honestly see that. And I was saying, I kind of feel that way too, because out of all of them, me and him clash the most. I don't know if it's that Taurus and that Aquarius energy that just keep butting heads, but I'm also a Taurus moon, so I don't know. But the thing is, I said, I don't know. It just might be because for whatever reason, when we don't talk, we kind of always find a way to have a conversation and try to mend things all the time. Although it only lasts for a short amount of time, we still find a way to have those hard conversations some kind of way. And so he said, that's what I'm saying. Y'all got, it's like a respect thing that you two have, regardless of whether y'all get along or not all the time. Y'all have this respect factor. And I feel like if anything, y'all are probably going to get better. That was sometime last year. So I get a text message from my brother, and I don't really want to read his text messages to y'all like that because that's something very personal. But what I will do is summarize them. So after he wished me a Merry Christmas, he pretty much I pretty much told him that, I hope you had a great Christmas as well. I was basically saying how I wished I was with family, but I still enjoyed it, whatever. And he was basically saying that he glad that I enjoyed it. And I pretty much told him that I pretty much spent Christmas with Bando pretty much. So it was great. And so after I said that, he said to me that he knew that action spoke louder than words, but he promised to make more of an effort in 2026, and he's going to come to the A to visit. That's what he told me. He said that he wanted to make more of an effort and really try to have a relationship with me. And my response was, I'll read my response. I'm not going to read what he was saying. I'll read my response. I said, well, I want you to know that I'm always open to a better relationship. I never deny you the opportunity. That's what I told him. And he was basically telling me that those are the things that he loved about me, is that I'm always um willing to have a conversation or willing to give grace. And I was basically telling him that I was glad that he reached out, and that was probably like the best gift I could have gotten for the holiday. And that whether I distance myself or not, I'm always open to reconciliation. And then, he was basically saying that he was emotional and he was about to cry, things like that. And I was pretty much saying that I'm going to always keep it 100. And whether you like it or not. Shout out to the whether you like it or not panel. And he was basically saying that it's not really about liking it or not when you really love somebody. It's more so about being respectful and trying to find a common ground for a better relationship, is what he was saying. And I basically told him what me and Josiah was talking about how he felt that me and him would be the two to make things right. And he said that I don't have to make anything right. It's just that he needs to have the maturity to understand that he has to listen and be more considerate of me. And I told him that it shows accountability. And he says that he told me that he knew how important accountability was to me, because I'm always holding myself accountable, and I need for everybody else to hold themselves accountable. And he said that accountability was his word for 2026 and stuff like that. He just asked me to be patient with him. And I pretty much said that I would be patient, but I'm going to hold him to everything that he said. And he told me how much he missed me and that he's willing to do whatever it takes to have a better relationship with me. And I thought that was nice. I told Josiah and I told Bando about it, and they were both you know, happy to hear that and things like that. Next thing I knew, he bought a plane ticket. He sent me his itinerary and he bought a plane ticket to come here for this particular weekend. He booked it and all. And something happened and he wasn't able to come this weekend and he apologized and all that. And I just told him, you know, I'm not really upset about you not coming. You know, I trying to come is what matters the most, but you know, I wasn't really pressed about it because I really didn't have any expectations, to be honest, because I've learned that disappointment, you could curve disappointment when you don't have a bunch of expectations on people, because people are human beings. And just like I don't want everybody to put any high expectations on me, I'm not going to do it to the next person. That's just where I was with it. So I really didn't feel any kind of way about him not making it. But I said all that to say that at this moment, me and him don't talk all the time. We don't talk every day or nothing like that. But I will say that at this point, he is the one making more of the effort. See, I'm at this point in my life where I'm done trying to make the efforts with anyone. Like, I'm done. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this is just the truth for me. I'm done being the one to reach out. I'm done being the one trying to call. I'm done being the one trying to text. I'm done trying to be the one to have that relationship, because it takes more than one person to be in a relationship, whether it's a loving relationship, whether it's a family-based relationship. It takes more than one person to be in that. And so to be honest, and it ain't no shade to him per se. It was just that I don't really have any high expectations. Whatever is going to happen is what's going to happen. Now I want you to know, I want all of y'all to know that I love my siblings. Now I may not fuck with them at all like that, but I love my siblings and I always want the best for them. And I always want to see them, you know, do great things and things like that. You know, my sister, she was just here in Atlanta. I ain't, you know, we didn't hang out. I didn't see her. She didn't come by, nothing like that. She was here for some basketball game. We didn't see each other at all. Now, she did let me know that she was coming or whatever, but we didn't see each other at all. And I wasn't mad about that either. You know, I mean, some would say that, y'all, it's sad that y'all don't have like no relationship or all of y'all are so distant or whatever, but that's just the way life is, you know. And at the end of the day, it's just you got to maneuver any situations like this the best way you know how. Like, it is what it is. How many siblings do you have? I have 6 overall. I have a brother on my mother's side. We don't share the same father, but we have the same mom. I have a sister on my mom's side. We share the same mom and dad. The rest of my siblings, we only share the same dad. I got 2 other brothers and I have 2 other sisters. Meaning, all in all, I got 3 sisters, 3 brothers. The only sibling that I'm very close to is my youngest brother, who is a product of my mom and my ex stepfather. That's the only one that I'm very close to. He's the youngest. He's 25. He'll be 26 this year. When it comes down to my mother's kids, I'm the oldest. When it comes down to my father's kids, I am the second oldest. So that's what it is. Let me see. My sister only calls me when she wants to drop her kids off at my house. Other than that, I don't hear from her. I'm close. I'm close, but not with my sisters. Excuse me. So it's just, it's just one of them things where to me, it's like, I'm fine whether y'all are around or not. And one of the, and like I told y'all before, I really, if y'all want me to be honest, like, I know y'all love it when I'm real and things like that, but I gotta be real with y'all. If my father did what he was supposed to do as a father when we were all growing up, we probably wouldn't even be so estranged and so distant from one another. You know what I mean? Because my dad pretty much created that distance because he didn't do what he was supposed to do. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just the truth of it all. My my dad had 2 kids with my mom. My dad had 3 kids with my stepmom. My dad had a kid with another woman, and we didn't even know about him until we were like 6, and I didn't meet him until I was 12. So because we didn't grow up together, that's why it's so difficult to have a relationship. We started trying to build our own relationships in my late 20s. We didn't grow up together. And when we were kids, my dad would bring them down once a year. We would only see them every summer, and that stopped. I think the last time they came for a summer, I was probably going to the ninth grade that year, or was I going to the 10th? I was going to the 10th grade that year, if I'm not mistaken. That was 2004. That was the last time they came down for a summer, and they never came back again until I graduated from high school in 2007. And after that, I didn't see them anymore until 2015. So it is what it is. So no, I'm not the oldest on my dad's side. I'm the second oldest. So it's like if my dad did more to keep us together, then we will probably have a better relationship. But now it's unfair because my dad places a lot of responsibility on me to keep his roots intact, meaning his offsprings intact. But what am I supposed to do when I'm constantly telling you that I'm the black sheep and that I'm the one iced out and that I am the one that's always excluded from everything? How am I supposed to keep your sibling, your offsprings together when I'm always the one that's banished? I'm always the one that's on the outs with everybody all the time because I refuse to go along with the toxic family dynamic that we have. I'm here to break chains. I'm not here to constantly walk on them same chains, those same dysfunctional ass chains. I'm the one that's gonna say what everybody won't say. See, I'm the one that say shit that people say behind everybody's back. See, I say it to everybody's face, and then I'm the one that gets exiled from the family because I say it to their face. But you bitches said it too. You feel what I'm saying? So, and this particular brother basically told me years ago, probably into like I think a lot of the issues that me and this particular brother have, he wants a relationship with me, but he sees the relationship that I have with my baby brother that I grew up in the house with, and that's the kind of relationship that he wants. But I keep on trying to tell him, you're not going to have that kind of relationship because I practically, the relationship with my baby brother is different because I practically helped raise that boy. Like, I'm 11 years his senior. I helped raise him. Like, I would take him to school every day, pick him up, you know, drop him off where he needed to be dropped off. Come there to sit in my mama's spot when she couldn't come for a project or something. Like, I pretty much played the second parental role in his life. So the relationship with me and him is a little different. So you want that relationship, but there's layers to that relationship. That's more of a father and son slash best friend relationship than a brother relationship. So it's not the same. But I feel like I be trying to tell him, you don't need to try to duplicate what I have with my baby brother. You don't need to duplicate that. Let's build our own relationship. Why not build our own relationship? Why not build our own bond? Why you feel like you need to mimic the bond that I got with my youngest brother? It's different because I pretty much took care of him. You said that you longed for a big brother, but the thing is, I always get irritated when I would hear him say that because some like it would be nights where he'll call me drunk and shit and crying and shit and just tell me all all the things that he felt or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? And so he'll be like, I wanted a big brother. I grew up and I wanted a big brother. I wanted you to be my big brother, but you wasn't there. You wasn't there. You wasn't there. And so I will always get defensive when he says that to me, and I will curse him the fuck out, which is probably not the best response. But you can't blame me for not being there when I was a child, just like you were. You can't blame me for not being there when our father did not do what he was supposed to do when it came to us. You can't blame me for that. And on top of that, you had an older brother there. Our oldest brother was actually there. You was running the streets with him. So you really didn't need me. You didn't need me. I don't know why you feel like I don't know why you feel like I was a better choice, but you had an older brother there. And of course, that is an older brother that we found out about later. We didn't know he even existed until we were like 6, 7 years old, but he was in Jersey with you. So, and his mom passed, so he pretty much grew up in the house with you guys. So you had an older brother. You had one. You didn't need me. Really? You said, I just wanted a big brother. I said you had one. Why am I getting all the backlash? Like, you wasn't there. How could I be? You're blaming me for things. And I think that's one of the things that we kind of bump heads on, because you're blaming me for things that I had no control over. I wasn't grown. I'm just a year older than you. What was I supposed to do? I wasn't able to go to New Jersey. Our mothers didn't get along. It just wasn't a great it just wasn't a great situation for any of us. Your mother and my mother hated each other. They didn't get along. We all knew that. That's why we wasn't in Jersey with y'all. That's why we didn't go to Jersey with y'all. They hated each other. How was that gonna work? You feel what I'm saying? How was that gonna work? It was a lot of tumultuous history with my dad, my mom, his mom. It's a lot of history there. So growing up, that created the separation. Our parents couldn't get it together enough for us to be together. So it's kind of like, so why am I the one that you're blaming? I just wanted you to be there for me. I wanted you to be there for me like you was there, like you're there for Pootie. And I'm like, but I was there for Pootie because we grew up in the same house. You got to understand, that's the complete difference of it all. We grew up in the same house. However, let's also remember, Facebook became popular when I was in high school. And when you popped up on Facebook with a Facebook page, I added you as a friend. And I gave you my phone number so we can talk, so we can have a relationship. You never dialed my number. So it was it's one of those things where I tried. I wanted to have a relationship with you. I reached out to you. You wouldn't answering my phone calls. You wasn't texting me. You wasn't responding to messages on Facebook. You wasn't doing any of that. So I guess you expected me to keep running up behind you. That's just not the way that was gonna go. So for me, it's like I'm the one that get all the backlash because I'm the one calling all these bitches out. Like starting with my dad, I called him out many a times. I said, you're the reason why I'm in this predicament. You are the reason why I'm here in this predicament right now. Like, you didn't protect me when it came down to your family members. You sit idly by and watch me be attacked, and you sit idly by and watch me be iced out because I speak my truth. And you don't agree with my truth, even though you know that is true, but you just don't want to be a part of it, and you don't want to be caught up in the middle of it. But I just feel like when it comes down to your kid, whether they're grown or not, you need to be down for your kid. You know this shit is true. You know that these offsprings of yours ain't featuring me. You know they dismiss me. You know that they keep me away from everything. You know that your mama don't really fuck with me. You know that I'm not even talking to your niece. You know all of that shit. And you know the reasons why these relationships that I have with these people are strained, because I refuse to go along to get along. And that's what all of y'all have done. You go along to get along, your sisters go along to get along, your children go along to get along. I'm the only one who don't. So I'm always gonna be ostracized at the end of the day. And I've called my dad out many a times, but no one else does. I do. And I love my dad. Don't get me wrong. This ain't me bashing him, but it's true. That's not your fault. He's just blaming you because he needs a scapegoat. And there it is. I'm always everybody's scapegoat. That's what I'm saying. I'm always to blame for everything. It's always my fault. Do you have anything in common with your brother other than your dad? We both like to bar hop. We both like music. He has an interest in podcasting. Um, Sometimes I feel like he wants to. Sometimes I feel like he wants to follow my footsteps. Sometimes I don't know. I don't know. Let me see. They are honestly strained because of him. He's supposed to be your protector, but I'm happy that at the end of the day, no one can say you aren't honest about your feelings. And that's the thing. I feel sometimes I feel like I'm way too honest. Sometimes I feel like I'm way too candid about how I feel about things. Sometimes I feel that way. And that's why I get the shitty end of the stick all the time. And that's the reason why I chose to just walk away from them. The only people that I talk to is my dad. I don't really talk to nobody else. And this particular brother that reached out to me, he told me this in 2022. It was one of his um uh it was one of his drunken phone calls. He reached out to me and he confessed a lot of his inner struggles, which I won't repeat on here because that ain't my place. But he told me about all of his inner struggles and all of the things that he feels like he has to do, and how it hurts him to know that we look at him like he's the golden child and the pressures of being that. And the more I listen to him talk, y'all, this is why me and him butt heads. This is exactly why. He's the golden child. I'm the black sheep. We're going to always butt heads. And that's just the truth. I'm the family scapegoat. He the golden child. He's the person that everybody flocks to. No one flocks to me. I'm an afterthought until somebody needs something. Everybody flocks to him. So this is where it's like a power struggle of a sort. Like it's the golden child versus the black sheep. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Terry versus Max or something. I don't know. But that's what that is. He came to me and he was saying that he feels pressure and stuff like that. He can't live the way he can't live his life the way he wants to live his life because he doesn't want to disappoint anybody else. And my thing is, that's the problem when you're the golden child. You're so used to reaping the benefits of being a golden child, but you don't really talk about all of the things that really bother you because you are the golden child and you can't do nothing about it. See, you're the golden child, so you get to do and say whatever you want, feel however you want, do whatever you want. It's all okay because you're the golden child. You're going to get whatever you want because everybody sees you as that. But at the same time, they put you on a pedestal because they feel like you're the greatest child and you're perfect. So now at this age, you're feeling the pressures of being perfect because that's what everybody presented you to be all our life, was you the perfect one. You graduated from high school, you went to the Navy, you was doing so well for yourself. Me, I graduated from high school out of summer school because I wasn't applying myself. I graduated out of summer school. I went to college right after. I didn't graduate. For a long time, I wasn't even working. I ain't had no job. I was just trying to find my way, what I really wanted to do before I went into the workforce. Worked at a dollar store, but I found a lane in YouTube that was put on me, and it was able to put money in my pocket, but it turned out to be bigger than what I thought it could have ever been. And now I've been able to succeed in things by doing this that people never thought I would have. So you are that person they put on a pedestal. They were so happy for you going to the Navy and all of those things. And I was happy for you too. I wasn't fucking with you when you went to the Navy, but you know what I'm saying? It's to me, it's like it's more so because of what you had accomplished in the Navy. You was they golden boy. That's just the truth. You was they golden boy. I'm not, and this ain't even on no envy or anything like that. It's just the truth. They did put him in that predicament. So now you don't know how to take it now that you are presented as the golden child and you can't take it now. Like it's too much for you. And I sympathized with him because I couldn't imagine having to feel like I got to live my life to appease other people because I don't want people to be disappointed in me. So now I got to live my life to appease them and make them feel great or make them be proud of me because I'm living a lie. But for me, he sees that I can live my life the way I want to. He sees the fact that even though my life ain't been no crystal stair, I've been able to do a lot of things that I want to do. Things that people, none of them thought that I could. Who would have thought that I would have been able to interview Candy? Who thought I would have been able to interview Dr. Heavenly? Who thought I would have been able to win awards for my work? Who thought I would have been able to do any of those things? Get recognized by Carlos King and all that shit while working a 9-to-5 job and having a roommate. Who thought I would have been able to do that? It may sound like it's small to most people, but to me, it's a big thing because that's something that a lot of folks can't do. So it is what it is. So this was the particular brother that stated that when we were growing up and we were kids and I was distant from them, and then it was kind of like he compared me to Effie White, and he said that all Effie White wanted to do was sing. All she wanted to do was be a star, and nobody believed in her. And she kept singing, she kept singing, she kept singing, she kept singing until she made her way. And that's exactly what I did. And that's what he told me out of his mouth. He gave me the Dream Girls comparison. And I do feel like I'm the Effie White of that particular family dynamic. I am. Like, it's just the truth. Like, I don't get on here and pretend like shit. Everything I've ever said on here has always been the truth. It ain't never been no lie. I ain't never told y'all no lies about anything that happened with my family or nothing like that. Everything I ever got on here and said has always happened. It was always the truth. I never get on here and lie on anybody to make anybody look bad and make myself look good. I would never say that. Let me see. It's unfair for him to put that on you. At the end of the day, your father is at fault. Don't feel guilty about how you feel. Take your time and form a relationship with your brother when you're ready. Sounds like a little jealousy on both sides. Your bro wish he could be more like you without the pressures of being perfect and has the desire to express himself freely. And you want the family to treat you better and not like a scapegoat. And I can agree with that. But see, the thing is, I've always admitted that there was a little bit of envy and jealousy on my behalf growing up because they grew up with our dad and I didn't. See, I grew up in a house with an abusive, narcissistic, deceptive, lying ass nigger who perpetuated violence on each and every person in our home, whether it be verbal, emotional, and physical. That's what I had to grow up in the house with. A man that picked me up and threw me in the middle of the street at the age of 8. I could have busted my head. He could have busted my head. My mother tried to run him over with a car. I got into a physical altercation with him in 2012. There was a knife involved on my end, and a candle and a trash can, all those things. My mother left him in 2015, and their divorce was final about 2 years ago. I'm the one who gave him to the divorce papers. So that's what I grew up in the house with. They grew up in the house with my dad. So I was envious of that because I wanted my dad. But I grew up with my brother's, my baby brother's dad. That's who I grew up in the house with. That's who tormented and traumatized me, was my baby brother's father. I had to watch him put his hands on my mom, and not to mention try to put his hands on me too. And anytime I hear loud voices anywhere, I jump up because I don't know if it's a fight or what. That's how traumatizing it is. I didn't realize how traumatized I was until me and my brother was over my best friend's house after her mom's funeral, and we heard somebody talk loud. We heard people get loud, and we both jumped up and ran out of the room, and everybody was looking at us like we were crazy. But that's a natural instinct. If we hear a noise, like if we hear something like and somebody gets loud, we get up and run and see what's going on. Like that's just a natural reaction, because that's what we would do. Whenever we would hear my mother and my stepfather arguing, the first thing me and my brother would do is get up, go wherever they at, and stand there until they were done. That's just what happened. So that's what I had to grow up in the house with. They grew up with my dad. Now, according to my brother, just because they grew up with my dad, that didn't mean that their life was any better than mine. Because we could be honest, my dad was an alcoholic. So they had to live with that. See, I didn't see that person because I only saw him once a year. So I didn't see that person at all. I didn't really see him. I ain't see that type of person. But they lived in the house with him year round. They got to see a different side of him that I never got to see. You know, I don't even drink in front of my dad anymore. Like if my dad is around and we're going to get something to eat or something, I don't even feel comfortable drinking alcohol in front of him. I'd rather get a mocktail. I don't want to drink in front of my dad. Like I didn't even realize how bad it was for him until my dad came out and told me that he went to AA and all this other stuff. Like it was bad. So they said, while you thinking that we're living this great Brady Bunch life, we're not. We wasn't. But when we came down south, we made it look like that. We made it appear to be that way. So so me and him shared a lot in some conversations. We shared a lot. He told me a lot of his innermost thoughts. He told me a lot of stuff about himself that our other siblings don't even know. He told me, the person that he's always fighting with, he confided in me about those things. He confided in me. And I always wonder why he confided in me about it when we're always fighting with one another. We're always beefing. Why is he always coming to me with his private thoughts or most vulnerable moments. Like, why am I the one he's talking to? Why am I the one he's calling? Half the time, I don't think he liked me. So it's just that it's, you know what I'm saying. Let me see. Thank you for the $20 super chat. Scotty, you are to be commended for sharing your life story. I'm sure you are helping others. I'm proud of you, Mississippi, and proud. Thank you so much. I would say at least he can admit it. Some people know they get treated like the golden child and will play stupid when you feel away. That's true. It's really sad how most Black kids are expected to find a way and figure it out without the proper guidance. You may not have had a perfect roadmap, but God has guided your steps perfectly. Thank you, DB. Oh my God, I was about to say maybe you're the brother. Maybe your brother put so much burden on you because he looks up to you. And sometimes that's what I think. You're living in torment, and they had the safety of your dad's warmth. Your feelings are 100% valid. While you're a survivor, I feel the pain as you speak of these things. I've been trying to hold back tears too, because they were coming, baby. Y'all know I don't like to cry on camera. Glad it didn't break you, Scotty. You are way stronger than I ever knew. Thanks for sharing your experience. Of course. Like, it's the truth. So, and sometimes I feel like moments like these where he confides in me about stuff and tells me things, I feel like that is the reason why I'm always open to talking to him when he wants to talk. So I'm open to us having a better relationship. He got 2 kids. I don't know them, which sucks. I don't know them. I'm an uncle, biological uncle, and I don't know um my niece or my nephews. I don't know them. But how can I know them when I don't really talk to their parent? I want to know them. You know, I want to be the gay uncle that buys them whatever bag of candy they want, whatever stick of gum they want, whatever outfit they want, whatever pair of shoes they want. Fly them to Atlanta, give them a weekend of letting them do whatever the fuck they want to do. Like, I want to do that. I want to be able to do that. But how? So, you know, sometimes it's just hard. You know what I mean? Especially when you speak your truth and you're trying to unpack your trauma and you're trying to figure out a way to really move forward in life. And, you know, you choose to do that, and people find a problem with the way you choose to do it, which is so crazy to me. It's unfortunate. What about the sister you share with your mom? We don't really talk either. Um, that's the sister that was just here in Atlanta last month. No, last week or the week before that. She was just here and we didn't link up or nothing. Like, she was here with my cousin that I'm not speaking to. She was here with her. And it was a no for me. Like, I would have been willing to see her and all that, but she was with that person. So it was a no for me. So we didn't link up, we didn't do anything. But we don't really talk. I mean, she the reason why I got this phone. She the reason why I got this phone. And because she worked for AT&T, and she did come to Atlanta for my book release and stuff like that, which was nice. But you know, that's just it. You've overcome a lot. Be proud of who you are today because he knows it won't go any further. I had my dad in my life until I was 4, and then he came back when I was 15. He should have stayed gone because the trauma I have to deal with now is crazy. And people really don't realize that. Like, people don't realize what trauma they put on you. As children of parents and grandparents struggling with generational curses and trauma, having an understanding of how toxic it is allows us to have a fresh start and not carry their drama, which is very true. That is very true. I had a nephew like that, but in the past couple of years we've connected and bonded. He has a special connection with um Bell Collective. Let me see. DB, stop being messy. If you want to be the uncle, be the uncle. Just create a new beginning. It all starts with effort, which is true. How is your youngest brother relationship with his dad currently? Oh, baby, they don't have a relationship. They don't have a relationship of any sort. They don't have a relationship. There is no relationship. There is no relationship. My brother, whew, how can I put this? My brother does not talk to his dad. My stepfather did not even come to my brother's high school graduation, but my brother didn't want him there anyway. But the last time my brother had any real interaction with his dad was 11 years ago. Before my mother finally kicked him out. It was 11 years ago. My brother tried to hit him, tried to attack him with a metal baseball bat. It took 3 of us to keep him from doing it. It took me, my mama, and my sister to keep my baby brother from attacking him with a metal bat. If I'm not mistaken, the argument that led to that whole physical altercation was he was disrespecting our mama, and my brother had enough, and he went ballistic, and I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. And the sad part is, I remember telling my brother this many, many moons ago. See, the thing was, my stepfather would use my baby brother as a leverage, as a thing, as a leverage or as a way to use him against my mama because he was too young to know what was going on with him. You know what I mean? Like, my brother would be set 6 and 7 years old, and he didn't know my stepfather and my mom could have fought, and my stepdad leaves the house and he's crying for his daddy, but he don't know why his daddy left. So he would kind of use my brother against my mama in a sense, because at the time my brother was a daddy's boy. He loved his daddy, but I told him, I said, your dad is going to jail for a reason. He's going to jail because he did something horrific to your mama. But you don't understand right now. But when you get older, you will understand. Because the thing is, with me, I've been seeing this shit. The first time I ever saw my stepdad put his hands on my mama, I was 7. I've been seeing this. And I've been seeing this. I've been used to this. I know exactly how it works. That is an abusive relationship. She's having a struggle to get out of it. She left several times and came back. That's normally how it goes. That's why when I hear people tell DV victims to leave and do whatever, it ain't that easy for them to go nowhere. So they'll leave and then they'll get manipulated into coming back. That's just what would happen. And I said, I've seen this happen 7 years. I've seen this happen since I was 7 years old. The first time I saw my stepdad put his hands on my mom, it was a pool of blood on the floor. So I know what I saw. So what you're seeing right now is very mild compared to the horrific shit that I've seen. So, but when you get older, when you get older, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. And when my baby brother became a teenager, he saw exactly what I was talking about. And that's what led into where they are today. My brother does not talk to his dad. And I think after that physical altercation with my youngest brother and my stepdad, my brother was probably 15 when it happened. My stepfather was gone. He never came back. And they were still legally married, but they just wasn't together. And my brother never talked to my dad again, my stepdad again. Never talked to him again. Never talked to him again. They had a big fight the day of class day. I think his dad called me because by this point, I've forgiven my stepfather by this point. Not for him, but for myself. I've forgiven him at this point. So what's done is done. You're not in my life no more. But the only thing that I would suggest you do is to do right by my brother, because I'm picking up what the fuck you not doing. So you need to make that right with him. So because nobody else was fucking with him, I'm the only one that was pretty much cordial with him. If I saw him somewhere, I was cordial with him. He'll pass a message through me. Like when it came down to the divorce proceedings, my mother didn't want nothing to do with him. My mother had a restraining order against him. So he went through me to, get things. Like I would have to meet him somewhere to get the divorce papers and give them to my mama and shit like that. Like that's what would happen. And he would have to call me to get to my brother. And my brother wanted nothing to do with him. And I think the first time my brother saw him again since that incident was 2021 when the divorce was final, because he came by the house to get to drop off the divorce papers or something, the whatever it was, divorce decree, whatever, I don't know. But he came by to drop that off, and he saw my brother was there at the house, and he saw him. He, because our mother wants no contact with him at all. So that was pretty much suggested there. So my brother has no relationship with his father at all, in the least. Thanks for sharing something so personal. Family situations can be very heavy, and it takes strength to talk about them openly. Wishing you healing and peace moving forward. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you have your secondary family. Yes, it's amazing. Love them. Did any of you in your home go to therapy after your experience with your stepdad? Sad situation all around. Yep. I went. My brother went. My mother went. All of us went at separate times, but we all went. Yeah, we definitely went to therapy. Hold on, y'all. We all went because my brother started dealing with like depression and stuff as he can by the time he was a senior, so he had to go to therapy and stuff like that and deal with it. My brother's actually in a very good headspace, but he's great now. My mother not so much, but my mother has a whole lot more to heal from. And my mother knows that I be talking about our private experiences and shit like that. My mother has a lot to. My mother was abused all the way around. You know what I mean? Like, period. Her mother was abusive. She wasn't even raised by her, but she was abusive. My mother was molested as a child. She was raped in college. And ultimately, she wound up in an abusive relationship. So it's a complete cycle of abuse from a young age all the way up to your early 20s. You're in an abusive relationship. So it's like, but one thing about my father, he never put his hands on my mama. I do know that. Your other brother needs therapy for his trauma. He needs to stop dumping it on you. Oh, absolutely. He needs to go to therapy. I would go with him. I would actually go and do a session with him, to be honest. I think it's needed. We need a session together. I feel like that's really the only way we can truly heal this relationship is by us sitting down with somebody and really doing the proper work. Because we can have as many conversations as we want to have, but at the same time, those conversations really got to mean some shit. So, you know, like I said, I'm open. And I kind of got all the way off topic and started talking about my baby brother's dad, but that's another topic for another day. I could do a whole video about that nigga all day, the way he tormented us. But I hope this wasn't so heavy, because it wasn't supposed to be heavy like this. I was just updating y'all on what was going on with that. But I'm gonna answer this next thing. Hold on. It's amazing that your mother is still standing after what she's been through. Exactly. So what's next, Scotty, now that you have an understanding of each other? Well, I'm gonna answer this and I'm gonna go, right? Because I got to get up early in the morning. But the ball is in his court. I made that clear from the very beginning. The ball is in his court. If he wants a relationship with me, I'm open to it. But he has to be the one to make those steps. I did that already. I made all the steps already before. I made the initiatives many times before. It's his turn to do that. Long as he keep up his end of the bargain, I would do the same. And that's it. That's all. I'm open. He texted me yesterday because he couldn't make it to Atlanta, and that's fine. I wasn't mad about it. But it's going to take some time. You know, even though we talked and whatever, it's going to take some time before we really get to where we need to be. Because it just, you know, it's only been a month since he reached out to me. So I just got to give it time. I'm not rushing, you know. Has your stepdad made any positive changes in his life? Well, he married. He remarried to some girl that's my age. And from what I hear, he don't really treat her that well either. And with that being said, honey, I'm finna go, y'all. I will talk to you guys later. I'm still debating on whether or not I'm gonna go live for the Karen interview tomorrow or not. I'm not sure. But y'all have y'all answer tomorrow. And I'll see y'all then. Bye, y'all.
Get that 20, yeah, you always been a sneaky bitch, hating from the sidelines, trying to get picked, yeah. You don't found one, yeah, you don't found one. You don't found one, found you a real one. On my assets lately, you catching face shots, fire catching babies. Heavy on the highs, better get you some gravy. Cut that lady check, why you out here being lazy? I got bored with that season, I'm talking shit when I'm spitting. Fact, a bitch, I'm the reason. When it got you hoes heated. Snow got them hoes sneezing, got the meals you not eating. Where had them hoes leaking, God trust when I'm speaking. It's giving.
Big bands gon' make it hot. Real niggas gonna come up. Don't let the game gon' change us. Real niggas in my circle, ho. Don't ever play us. This the real hustle. We make the money, don't make it make us. What we doing? They ain't bout shit. Talking out they neck. What we doing? Bitch, we bring the heat. Every time we step. You fucking with a beast. Fucking with the best. Get money on the east. Plug on the west. Bitch, I'm from the north. But we run it south. Bitch, we outside. What you talking about? Who the fuck is me? No, who the fuck is you?